Hey guys, Miss Norton here. So today we will be assembling our sugar skulls. So you should have your skull piece, a little square piece, and then a jaw piece that you have already cut out. There are a couple things that you need to cut out with an X-Acto knife, or you can try with scissors. It's a little challenging. So the first that we're going to do is we're going to cut out these circle pieces. So I'm going to take the X-Acto knife. Remember that you want the blade down. You want to use the point and press into your cutting mat. You need to have a cutting mat for this, guys. Remember that. And you're going to cut out this circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, just the best you can do. I'm going to poke it out with the knife and pull it through. And I'm going to do this side. Awesome. And poke it through. Alright, perfect. 2 circles. So this part is done. The square, we don't have to cut anything with the X-Acto knife, so we're going to put just this side. And then this one, I'm going to come in. First, you want to do these triangles. It's a lot easier on your project if you make the triangles a little bit bigger than they actually are. If they're smaller, it's hard to fit your piece. So with my triangle cut out, and I'm going to do this one. And that triangle's cut out. I also need to cut down this line here to separate the teeth from the triangle tab. So I'm going to cut that. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side, separating the triangle tab from the teeth. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And then because I didn't get very well with the scissors, I'm just going to come in and fix near these X's. If you got it with your scissors already, you're good. But this person did not, so I'm going to go ahead and cut those out for them. Get the other side as well. Awesome. One more thing we need to cut, and then we can start folding. There are 2 rectangles. One that's pretty large, so this one you want to cut out all the way. Remember, point has to push down into the cutting mat. If you do not push it down, it will not cut. You'll just be pulling the paper like that. So you got to be very careful. All right, there's my messy rectangle. Then you need to also cut on this line. You are not cutting this tab off. Do not cut this off. Watch, you are going to go from the top of it here and then stop here. You don't go all the way to the end or you will cut this off and you will ruin your project. So I'm going to carefully place my knife into that line. I'm just making a line and I am going to stop before I get to the end, right here. That's it. So it should have a little hole right there like that. All right. That is all the cutting that we need. So now we're going to do our pieces. I'm going to start with this one because we want to have it done quickly. So it has 1, 2, 3 lines. You are going to fold on each of those lines. It doesn't have to be perfect, the best of your ability. So I'm going to fold the X side down. Then I'm going to fold the next one down. Like this. And then I'm going to flip it so I can fold the next one. So I folded all those sides. So it should look something like this. And then if I fold it in the direction that I have, so I tuck this under, fold this above, it'll make a little paper triangle straw. So what you're going to do, see where that X is? You're going to get a glue stick. And you're going to apply glue on the tab with the X. You want to do a generous amount because you want to be able to hold it. So you're going to hold it for 10-15 seconds. I kind of squish mine together because otherwise the glue won't hold. It's school glue. What do you expect? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. My little triangle tube. I'm going to put that to the side. Next, I'm going to take the top skull piece, and I'm going to start on the side with the X. I'm going to fold that X down. I'm going to pinch, pinch, pinch. Awesome. Then I'm going to move one square down, and there's a line. I'm going to fold on that line, right next to the eyeball. Then I'm going to again move one square down. There's another line. I'm going to fold on that line. All right, and now I'm going to go one square down and fold on that line. So essentially, we just made a square, as hard as it is to see. So that first tab that we folded down with the X, we're going to put some glue on that. I'm going to hold it down for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I have my square. I have the bottom part with the teeth, and then I have the top part with the head. We're going to start with the head. Now the best way to explain this is it is a cereal box. So you're going to have 2 little short tabs, 1 medium tab, and then this very large tab. First, we're going to start with the short ones, and we're going to bend those inward. I'm going to come to the other side and bend it inward, and I'm pinching to make my fold. So then I have those 2 folded down. Then I'm going to take my medium tab and fold it down. And this is where you should be able to see that line that we had cut originally. Now you are going to take the top tab, and this is a little tricky. So you're going to have a little tab on top of this long one. This little tab is going to go inside here, just like a snack box or cereal box. If it doesn't fit, you might have to trim the sides a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold, see this little short section here? I'm going to fold it first so it can go into that tab. Then I'm going to take the long piece and fold it down. This is a little tricky, it might be hard to see on camera. So I'm moving him around, but I'm pinching the top where it folds. So then I have this little flap. And then I should have right here, that tab is going to go into that line where we cut. And it might fit. Ooh. Oh, it's so close. I might have to trim this one just a tiny bit. He's okay. He's pretty close. So that makes the closed off top of our skeleton man. No glue there. Now comes the tricky part. So we are going to do the teeth. So what we're going to do is flip our little guy, excuse me, to look at the bottom. There's 2 triangle tabs. You're going to take your finger, and you're going to push that triangle tab into the inside of your skull like that. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. I'm pushing it inside. That is all you're going to do with these. And now we're going to mess with these little teeth thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger, and I'm going to fold one of the X tabs towards the front mouth, and then another X tab towards the front mouth. And what you do on one side, you're going to do on the other. So X tab, fold it forward towards the mouth. X tab, fold it forward towards the mouth. So the front of yours should look something like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and right there you can see just a little tiny line. I'm going to take these 2 X tabs, and I'm going to fold the side with the teeth up like this so that I can pinch my X tabs. So they look like this from the front. I'm going to go ahead and do that from the other side. So I have 2 little pinched X tabs. And then anywhere you have an X on here, you're going to be adding glue. So I'm going to put a lot of glue here. And this is the very tricky part. So what you're going to do, that short little tab goes behind here, behind the eye, and the long tab right here is going behind the teeth. So I'm going to tuck it under, press up, and then hold so my glue will set. And it's going to make the side of my mouth right here. So I'm just holding that so the glue sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. Then I'm going to come to the other side where I have my pinched X's again. I'm going to add my glue to the X's. And again, the small X tab is going to go under the eye. The large one is going under the teeth. So I flip it and I push it underneath and then hold it like this to make the side of the mouth. So I'm going to hold that again for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Voila. So that is my skull piece. So I have triangle tube, top of skull. Now we need to do the bottom jaw. And this one is not as complicated. It should be a little bit easier. You should have some lines near the teeth like this. You're going to fold on the line that looks the longest to you. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Just fold as close as you can to the line that looks the longest to you on the teeth. So then you'll have something that looks like this. So there's a little section of teeth, and then there's these sides. On each side, we are going to be folding. There's a line right next to the circle. So we're going to fold right here. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. So I'm going to flip circle. There's a line right here. I'm going to fold that down. Okay, once I have that, I have these two really long tabs. These are going to become handles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold right here. There's a little tiny dotted line. You can barely see it. It's on the edge of the rectangle. So I'm going to fold that. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Tiny on the edge of the rectangle that we just folded from the circles. So if I look at it from the front, I should have these two rectangles coming together and then really long handles in the back. What we're going to do to make it easy for us, we're going to put a little bit of glue on the inside of the handles. And we're going to hold them together. And this will hold our jaw piece so it looks like something like this. So I'm going to pinch it so it holds. And we're almost done. So now I want you to look. We have our jaw, our skull, and then this piece is going to be a tool for us to keep the whole thing together. So it's going to be a moving mouth piece. So if you look on the inside of your skull, you're going to take the bottom piece with the bottom teeth, and you're going to put these handles through the slot on the back of your skull. So I'm going to do something like this. And push it all the way through. So you can see that the handles came out the back. And then if you look on the inside, you have a circle, triangle, circle, and then another triangle. So you want to line these up the best that you can. And you're going to put this triangle tube through the circle into one triangle and through the other circle. This is going to be really hard to get on camera, but I will try the best. So through that circle, into the triangle. This is why I said it's nice to have the triangle a little bit bigger, which I think what I'm going to do is trim my triangles just to make it a little easier. So I'm going to come back with my X-Acto knife and make the hole to my triangle a little bit larger so that it can fit that triangle piece that I made. So I'm trimming. Hopefully that will help. So again, in here. Triangle piece goes through one circle into one triangle. All right, we got one side. And into the other. So it holds through triangle, circle, circle, triangle, so that you can now have a little moving jaw piece. So that would be your 3D paper skull. You need to make sure that you have your name on it somewhere. I prefer like on the back. And then if you have the plastic bag from your parts, give it to me or put it on the back counter and I will clean up after you. If you need to rewind or watch this video a couple times, do that so you get it right. But this is how we do our 3D origami-ish type skull. Alrighty, Miss Norton is out.